Hi, I'm Chris Slaw, and I am here with Patrick Carollo of Kane Jeffries, and we wanted to talk a little bit about sort of stigmatized properties and properties with a dark past. So tell me what your thoughts are on what is the law and what is what the,
Well, there's two things, right? There's first the law, what you're legally required to do. And the law really doesn't require you to do anything with respect to properties where there's been a homicide or a murder or someone's died or even a serious crime committed on property, right? Now, as an agent, as a seller, you can't intentionally lie. If someone asks you, if I had
nothing to see here.
yes. You can't be like, no one died here. Like, if it happened, it happened. And if someone asks you about it, you have to tell the truth, right? Or that's fraud. But you don't have to disclose it by law. Now,
Because it's not a material fact.
it's not,
It happened.
In Virginia, the only thing that agents have to disclose is, things materially with respect to the condition of the property that are known. The agent doesn't have to go and do a detailed inspection, but if I ask you, hey, are the windows rotten? If you don't know, you can say, no, I don't know. Go ahead and inspect.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, right? If you don't know, you don't have to go and do an inspection or do a history of the property. It's not required. That being said, if you know or you've heard rumors, right, they're going to talk to the neighbors.
Yeah.
People talk.
Did they tell you about the murder? And it's like, yeah.
Yeah. So when that happens, right, maybe you talk to the neighbors ahead of time to just kind of minimize the impact of that story, right? If a house does have a checkered past, you may want to, kind of lessen the blow a little bit. Yeah, this happened here, but it's been cleaned up.
Well, and when it's way in the past, like I know a lot of stuff in the fan and, older parts of Richmond, it's like they're 100 years old. Stuff's happened.
Mm-hmm.
There's a house on Hanover somewhere where supposedly there was a murder in the 40s. Nobody really remembers which house it was, and I'm sure if you did exhaustive research, you could figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I sold a house in the museum district where there had been a relative, somewhat recent homicide, not like last week, but my client had bought it as a foreclosure, and nobody told him. And he found out about it the day before closing, and he was like, but I'm still getting the deal on this house. Doesn't matter. And so he bought it, and he lived there for like 7 years. And then when he went to sell it, they had issues selling it. And they had his sister was a realtor, and they had put it on the market. And then his sister called me and was like, can you come have lunch with me? And she asked me to take it on. And so we did all sorts of very inappropriate, sort of irreverent things, like sign the listing on Halloween and paint the bill red and things like that. But I didn't know about that then. And but the law had just changed to you don't have to disclose, because at one point in Virginia you did. And so we made a very conscious decision that we were going to tell everybody, because all the neighbors, it was a very, very established neighborhood with a lot of long-term residents. And basically when the house got shown, they were like, the little Gladys Kravitz of the neighborhood are like running up to people, go, did they tell you about the murder? And so we did in a very matter-of-fact way. And it's like, this happened, this is when it happened. It's, it has nothing to do with the house. And we did sell the house. The house sold for market value. It did not sell for some deep discount because of what happened. And it comes up every now and then. I've sold houses where there have been suicides. I have not sold the meth lab house. You do have to disclose. You have to disclose that. I've not had a chance to navigate that one. But anyway, but thank you for weighing in on this, because it is something that people ask about it. And in fact, this was specifically requested by one of my viewers that watches my videos. And so I appreciate you giving us 2 cents.
My pleasure. One more thing before we go. We had this come up, it was a long time ago, one of your listings. Was converted into a condo. It was in Church Hill. It was actually on the National Haunted House Trail.
Oh, fun. I don't remember this. This was my listing?
It was your listing. It was your listing. He was an architect, was the client. He had redone it in the condos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You do not have to disclose if there are ghosts in the house.
Okay, even if it's on the haunted house registry.
So I told the client, and I said, hey, did you know your house was on the haunted house registry? And he kind of laughed, and he said, I've done so much construction, I've scared all the ghosts away.